been in the shows. But again, this is what it looks like backstage before the cruise director comes on. Musicians are getting ready, they're tuning in their instruments, they're having a little fun back here before it starts. And then about 5 minutes to showtime. I'm sure you guys have heard already that you hear the announcement. It says no reserving of seats. That's how everyone in the whole theater behind the scenes kind of knows 5 minutes to showtime. All right, so it's kind of like instead of saying 5 minutes to show, 5 minutes. When they hear that announcement, everybody knows. Get ready, start getting ready. The show's about to start. Okay. What we're gonna do right now is our sound technician, our light technician, has set up a really cool little fun thing here. So we're gonna lower these lights in a second. The curtain's gonna come up. You're gonna see some lights. You're just gonna kind of see what it looks like from the cruise director point of view when we bring a show on. All right. So enjoy. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coral Theater. This morning you will get the rare opportunity to experience things that only the Royal Caribbean singers, dancers, and technicians get to see. Now get ready, this is your all-access Backstage Tour!
So you guys get to kind of see how it looks like. Obviously a very different view from here. So sometimes you can't even, if you come up here, you can only see about the first 5 or 6 rows. And when the spotlight is on you, shining, you can probably see the first 2 rows. Besides that, all it is this big, bright white light, and that's all you really see. So you're talking out to the space. So this is Francia. She's one of our stage staff. She works backstage with our production
Headliners, they
managers.
might have specific pieces of scenery or mic stands or something that needs to go in a specific place. So we'll throw it on a piece of tape to let us know where to put it so it's in the exact same place every time, so the lights go to the exact same place and everything lines up and it's all nice, neat, and perfect. So where to put the different set pieces. For our is a automatic floor track and another one is a manual. So if you saw Tango, and you saw the tables and chairs coming on and off. That was myself and another tech pushing those. You saw the pit go down yesterday, or if you saw West Coast Boys yesterday, you saw the pit was down. This pit goes all the way down to deck 3. And
Is it hydraulic operated then?
it's hydraulic operated, and it, like I said, it goes down to deck 3 and raises up to the floor level. It doesn't go any higher or lower. But behind you, if you look at what the band is on, those hydraulics go up rather than down. And again, if you saw West End of Broadway and you saw throughout the production moving up and down, so it goes pretty high. And like I said, how the pit goes down to deck 3, we have a lot of real estate here. If you look at the bottom of the front row, that's deck 4. The back of the house over here is deck 5. Where those guys are standing up there in the balcony, that's deck 6. And if you look straight up at all the lights and curtains and everything that comes down, that goes all the way up to deck 7. So while we're looking up, I'm gonna tell you there's about 100 lights hanging, different kinds of lights. There's also all of our curtains, and you can see, if you look real close, you can see the Copacabana wall from West End shining its light. There's different kinds of curtains, some fold up, and others just go up as a whole. So like I said, we need all that. You know, you were looking at the main curtain when it was coming out. I was standing right here, and I'm the one who took that main curtain out for all the lights and all the fun things that were going on. So we don't want them to move while the ship's moving. So we tie it down. Some of it we hang up. And you can recognize the dragon from City of Dreams and the ship from City of Dreams. So we have to make sure it's very secure so that when
Hey, come on, guys. You put plenty of room in there.
you're seeing. And behind those curtains, you can take a peek if you'd like. Each family for about 8 months. Our cast just came. They were in Hollywood for 2 months, learning the shows, getting acquainted with each other, getting acquainted with the set, and then they have 6 months contract. So they come here.
So right now we're all the way in the front of the ship, obviously. This is the very front mooring deck. These go on the top. You know what they're for? Rats. So the rats don't get on the ship. Yeah, so rats or little rodents don't come up on the ship. They climb all the way up, but once they get to this point, there's no way for them to go. So if there weren't to be any rats in the ports, I always show this to people. What are those little things that go on the thing? So yeah, they're for rats.
We only figured it out the other day because the Norwegian Sun had painted theirs with cats.
Oh, did they?
We suddenly realised what they were for.
Scare the mice away. You can paint the side of the ship that's not on the pier side if there's any paint or maintenance that needs to be done. The guys will get on here. It's a two-person boat, little mini engine on there at the back. And it literally just puts along. It's like, so that's always fun. Yesterday, they actually had it out yesterday. They were doing some painting on the side. Itinerary, we don't use the anchor. We pull side. There's some ports for us that we can't dock. There's no pier big enough for the ship. So we have to drop the anchor and use the tender boats. So little taxis from back and forth. So yeah, pretty much if you go right down there, that drops right down to the ocean. Of course, the anchor is just a few more feet down below us. You can't really see it. There's no angle good enough to actually see the anchor. We'll ask Captain what we go.
It varies, of course, on long. Serious repositioning, which we'll do very shortly. We're going to have
365 nationalities.
all the time. We have a monitor at the nurse's station as well. It links up with, what is the other monitor here? Yonder, so but we can watch from the nurse's station. Yeah. Then we have,
Electronics? Okay,
Right.
I had two metal shoulders and they didn't. And all of a sudden there was people coming, and everybody, more people coming and looking at. I finally had, is it?
so everything is kept here.
The main tank somewhere?
Yeah, main tanks, the back wall. And
Sometimes I have some cocktail parties and things. So.
You should have a day for your own. You live most of your time
my
on
room.
the ship.
almost as big as your room, you
Yeah.
said?
Almost the same size as the room I have.
Is it? Huh?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. And so sometimes we have some dinners here or meetings. We do meetings here sometimes. And then there's this room. There's meant to stand the ship.
In the bridge.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, on my motorcycle.
you still know what's going on if you're in here. You
Yeah.
just know where.
Yeah, I have the I can see where the ship is and what traffic is around and what's all the same equipment then on the bridge with the voyage management system. And of course, email to keep up with Miami, and they're a little bit behind us, of course, in time, but by the time my day's over, they're about ready to see if I'm going to answer anything. And everything. Yeah, until I never use it. It's a walk-in shower, which is where I can cook if I want. But normally, I have. There's enough chefs somewhere. It's not. But I can if I like it. I have in the past a couple of times, you know. But mostly it's just maybe get stuff from the chefs if.
This is the place that where we were dressing the plants, the sun, for all the crew and the guests also. Yeah. So maybe about a few hundreds. I think they were dressing every day. There's a dry clean machine that we are using. now we are not open because there's nothing to do us. And today's the last day, that's why not too much long. And we also have other side for the laundry machine where we wash the towels and bedsheet and the napkins, how to press. It's on the other side there. Yeah, this is just a small press.
Definitely not.
This is our main laundry, and this is the tunnel washer, the big washing machine that we are using for washing the towel and bedsheet. This machine is different with the other machine because this is automatic, you know. We just put the things in there, we just like elevator. You will send it down to the washing machine. So it was maybe 35 minutes, 35 minutes, 35. After washing, we are going down to the robot. And the robot will send the one after press to the dryer. So after dry for half an hour, it's coming out automatic by itself here. Like we are doing this here. This is what we call the robot.
Watch the robot.
Yeah.
You want to watch the robot?
Hours automatic. Yeah, like what we are doing.
Guys, just turn around the robot real quick. Come on over and check this out.
See, the towels after ready washing and pressing, they will send it to the machine, to the dryer. Yeah. So after sending to the dryer, the machine will go automatic back there to wash, waiting for the next loading. Yeah, the next loading. And after that, the dryer will go out automatic also. The trolley will be having there. And the bed will moving like itself, you know. Yeah, so the towels will coming out by automatic.
What you guys always going to see. First of all, the door that you see there, it's the yellow and black door. It's called a watertight door. Most of these doors are on deck 1. Some of them are on deck 2, but most of them are on deck 1, 0, and even below. Obviously, they're watertight. That's why they're called watertight door. And they're marked with the black and yellow stripes because they actually can be very dangerous. The bridge has total control of them from off of the bridge. We also can move them from here. We can open and close them from here as well. If we were to lose electricity or if the pumps fail, you can do it manually as well. Just pump and close. If the ship obviously were to be punctured for any reason, if there was a hole in the ship, we close all the watertight doors and we have watertight compartments where the ship can still actually stay afloat with some of the compartments filled. Obviously, if too many get full, the ship starts to get heavy with water. But so it's broken up. You see, there's another one here. There's compartments all throughout the entire ship to keep all these tiny little pockets. And these doors are never, ever, ever, if they're closed, they're never, ever to be opened without permission from the bridge. People have lost their jobs. Even if you live right on the other side and you're right here, you have to go up, around, and then back down. If you don't call the bridge and don't have permission, you can lose your job. It's that important. Obviously, with permission from the bridge, we can open them up, go through, close them up. Especially if we have like a trolley. If they have a trolley, they need just to get on the other side. They can now call the bridge and we'll open it up for 5 minutes, and then you have to call them when it's closed again. Just behind you here, this is our hotel stores. So when crew members come on board, this is where they come to get all their uniforms. This is where the uniforms are, and anything else as well. If they need to buy anything, if we need anything, Vanessa's our cruise programs administrator. So if we need anything as simple as tape or a stapler or scissors, anything like that, this is our store that we come to get it. So this is like our onboard store for all that stuff. So again, and then right next door is our print shop. That's where they do all the printing of the cruise compasses or any printed materials you see on board. They actually all get printed on board. So Chloe and I work on those on a day-to-day basis. So today, what we did, we just finalized the one for tomorrow. Just 2 seconds here if anyone needs to go. We've been going for about 2 hours.
取代的一样。
Okay, well, I'm an environmental officer. My job is to oversight and verify all environmental regulations for the ship, just to be sure everything is going by the book. That's the basic. When we pressurize the air, just to put the capture and remain liquid remaining there, is filter again and you know this later we can do
into airs tomorrow, and some things are going to be loaded on. So this is where everything comes on. These little forklifts, crane. Anyways, really cool. It's not a the guests. We have one down here as well. As you can imagine, the crew members being away from their family for 4, 5, 6, up to 8, 9 months at a time. They want everyone to keep in touch with their families. It works the same way as you guys. We swipe our cards just like you guys do, and it charges a per minute rate in here. Again, obviously, which is the same speed that is upstairs. We can also connect in our rooms if we want. In our rooms on our own computers, it's 36 cents a minute, so it's a little keep in touch with your families, kind of like as a gift to the crew kind of thing for a week. It tends to get very busy in here that week. But yeah, so this is the crew. Okay, we also have this little thing here. It's a crew phone. We have crew phone calling cards that we can call from the crew rooms and the crew areas, or you can call home. Depending on where you're from, depends on how long of a time you get. They come in $10 cards or $20 cards. A $20 card for me to call the States for about 2.5 hours. So $20, it's enough time. It's an emergency. So we do have an emergency number if there's anything at home that family needs to get in contact with us. Email is usually the best way, though. Families will say, I need you to call me or something. Just people are always checking their email. So again, this is what we call a crew slop chest. You can see different things in here. It's kind of low right now. It's really expensive to stock this while we're here in the Baltic. Once we get over to the States, obviously things are a lot cheaper for them to purchase and then for us to purchase as well. So again, usually these are all open up, but right now we've got this thing. There's some stuff behind you, just like snacks and toiletries, shampoo, soaps, all that kind of stuff. There's a little ice cream thing right behind you here, a little food bowl table, just kind of snacks to bring back to the room.
Do they collect these?
It goes all the way down to the back there. This is the actual lunch and dinner served in here, and at night they do give us like a little midnight snack as well. So kind of a little bit slipper right up here. Not too much, just be careful here. You can see this is where all the crew meet. There's 2 sides that you can go from. Again, we always get breakfast, lunch, and dinner served in here, and at night they do give us like a little midnight snack as well. So kind of